Losing weight after having babies feels impossible. And honestly, the way most moms are trying to do it, it is impossible. We're out here juggling kids, trying to keep the house somewhat clean, maybe squeezing in 5 minutes of alone time if we're lucky. And on top of that, we're told we need to count every calorie, work out 6 days a week, cut out carbs, drink a gallon of water, and somehow get 8 hours of sleep. Like, really? I mean, I've got 3 kids now, and some days I'm just proud if I manage to drink my coffee while it's still hot. Thank you to my Ember mug. Forget about meal prepping or finding time for an hour-long workout. And don't even get me started on this constant stream of advice. You scroll through social media and it's like, lose 10 pounds in 4 weeks, get your dream body by spring break, drop 2 dress sizes with this one simple trick. It's like everywhere you look, someone's promising quick fixes and shortcuts. But the truth is, those quick fixes, they don't work, not for the long haul. And no wonder we're burned out before we even start. So yeah, it's not you, it's the method you're trying to follow. The approach is setting you up to fail. So here's the thing, we're not struggling because we're lazy or unmotivated. We're struggling because we've been told that the only way to lose weight is to go all in and do everything perfectly every single day. You have a baby, your body changes, and you just want to feel strong again, fit into your clothes, and maybe even recognize yourself in the mirror. You might look different, but you want to feel recognizable. But instead of starting small and building momentum, we feel like we have to flip a switch and suddenly cut out all the bad foods, no sugar, no processed carbs, no carbs at all, or no processed anything. Track every single bite of food down to the last crumb, hit the gym 5 or 6 days a week, because apparently if you're not sweating buckets, you're not doing enough. Get in 10,000 steps a day because your daily walk around the house chasing your toddlers doesn't count, right? Drink all the water because staying hydrated will magically solve everything. And don't forget to get 8 hours of sleep, even though your baby is waking you up every 2 hours. Now, are these things helpful? Absolutely. I recommend a lot of these habits to my clients because they work. But here's the difference. You don't have to do them perfectly to see results. It's the pressure to be perfect, to hit all these goals at once, that sets you up for burnout. Because let's be real, life doesn't always go as planned, especially when you're a mom. And when life happens, because it always does, and you miss a workout or have a day where you don't track, you feel like you've failed. But let me tell you something, you didn't fail. The approach failed you, because it's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent in a way that fits your life. Here's the truth. Trying to do everything at once is exhausting. And that all or nothing mindset, that's what's making weight loss feel impossible. We think, if I can't do it perfectly, why even bother? Perfection isn't the goal, and honestly, it's not even necessary. Let me give you an example. After my first baby, I didn't go crazy with extreme diets or over-the-top workout plans. I just kept doing what I'd always done before, eating healthy, even clean, doing some cardio and HIIT workouts, and mixing in a little weight training. But here's the thing, it wasn't working. I wasn't seeing the results I wanted. I felt like I was doing everything right, but my body just wasn't responding the way that I thought it would. And for a while, I couldn't figure out why. I was eating well, I was staying active, nothing was changing. What I didn't realize at the time was that my body had changed after having a baby, and what worked for me before wasn't going to cut it anymore. I wasn't eating enough protein, my carb and fat balance was off, and biggest of all, I wasn't lifting heavy enough to really challenge my body. But it wasn't just about food and exercise. I also had to learn about diastasis recti, something no one really talks about enough. After delivering my first 10-pound baby, I had that lower belly pooch that just wouldn't go away no matter how many workouts I did. Turns out it wasn't about doing more crunches or planks. It was about healing my core properly. Once I understood how to reconnect with those deep core muscles and actually address the diastasis, that's when things finally started to shift. It wasn't about working harder, it was about working smarter. And once I made those adjustments, that's when I finally started seeing real progress. So here's what I realized. It wasn't about doing more, it was about doing the right things consistently and in a way that actually fit into my life as a mom. Because the truth is, you don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight to lose weight and feel strong again. What if, instead of trying to do everything at once, you just focused on one thing at a time, like making sure you're getting enough protein at breakfast, not skipping it, not relying on just a granola bar or toast, but having easy grab and go options, whether that's a protein shake, Greek yogurt, or even a quick egg wrap. Something simple and accessible that fits into the chaos of mom life. Getting in 3 20-minute strength workouts a week, not trying to force yourself into daily hour-long sessions, just moving your body in a way that feels good and makes you feel strong. Tracking your macros in a way that's simple and manageable, not obsessing over every single detail, but using it as a tool to help you stay on track without it taking over your life. And focusing on core healing if you're dealing with diastasis recti, instead of jumping straight into intense ab workouts that might be doing more harm than good. Drinking more water and going to bed a little earlier before stressing about meal prep or hitting 10,000 steps. Because here's the thing, the moms that are seeing real results, they're not doing everything. They're just consistent with a few simple habits that actually work. And those small changes, they add up over time. Imagine if, instead of feeling like you have to do it all perfectly, you gave yourself permission to just do enough. Imagine how much more sustainable that would feel. And here's the kicker, you'll probably see better results because you're not constantly burning yourself out and starting over. One of the biggest things I hear from moms is, I just don't have time. And trust me, I get it. I have 3 kids, and I know how it feels when your day is jam-packed from the moment you wake up until you collapse into bed at night. But here's what I've learned. It's not always about finding more time. It's about using the time you have more effectively. You don't need to spend hours in the gym. You don't need to prep complicated meals. It's about quick, effective workouts, easy, high-protein meals that don't take forever to make, and habits that fit into the flow of your day, instead of feeling like another overwhelming task on your to-do list. For example, instead of laying with your kids during their nap time in the afternoon, put them down and use that time to get in a quick 20 to 30 minute workout while they rest. I know it's tempting to just sit down and scroll or relax or get house chores done, and trust me, I've been there, but using that little pocket of time for you makes a huge difference. And it doesn't have to be every single day, because when you focus on what's realistic, that's when you stay consistent, and consistency is what leads to results. I've seen this work not just for me, but for so many of my clients. One mom I worked with was feeling totally overwhelmed. She was trying to juggle 3 kids, work, and still find time to focus on her health. She thought she had to be perfect, tracking every bite, working out every day, cutting out all the foods she loved. But we simplified it. We focused on getting enough protein, doing 3 short strength workouts a week, and tracking in a way that didn't take over her life. And guess what? She started to see results. So let's talk about some of the most common mistakes I see moms making when they're trying to lose weight. Because the truth is, a lot of us are putting in a ton of effort, but it's being directed in the wrong places. So mistake number 1, focusing only on cardio. So many moms think that running, jumping into HIIT classes, or spending hours on the treadmill is the fastest way to lose weight. But here's the thing, cardio alone isn't going to get you the results that you're looking for. Sure, it burns calories in the moment and it's still good for you, but it doesn't do much for building muscle or boosting your metabolism or reshaping your body. And mistake number 2 is not eating enough, especially protein. This one's huge. Moms often think that they need to eat as little as possible to see results. But what ends up happening is you're starving, your energy tanks, and your metabolism slows down. Plus, without enough protein, you're not giving your body the fuel it needs to build muscle and burn fat efficiently. And mistake number 3 is thinking that you have to be perfect. We touched on this earlier, but it's worth repeating. So many moms think if they can't stick to their plan 100%, they failed. But that all or nothing mindset is exactly what's keeping you stuck. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about consistency over time. And mistake number 4 is obsessing over the scale. Relying on the scale as your only measure of progress can be super misleading. Weight can fluctuate for so many reasons. hormones, water retention, muscle gain, and it doesn't always reflect the real changes happening in your body. When you start recognizing these mistakes and shifting your focus to what actually works, that's when you start seeing results. Strength training is a total game changer when it comes to transforming your body. I know there's this idea that lifting weights will make you bulky or that it's not as effective as cardio for losing fat, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Here's why strength training matters. It boosts your metabolism. When you build muscle, your body burns more calories even at rest. So while cardio burns calories during your workout, strength training helps you burn more all day long. It also reshapes your body. The scale might not move as quickly, but strength training helps you lose inches, tighten up, and see real changes in how your clothes fit. You'll feel stronger, more toned, and more confident in your body. It also supports long-term fat loss. Muscle is more metabolically active than fat, meaning the more muscle you have, the easier it is to maintain fat loss over time. And here's the best part. You don't need to spend hours in the gym lifting heavy weights to see these benefits. I've seen this firsthand with my clients. Once they start incorporating strength training into their routine, everything changes. They feel stronger, more energized, and they finally start seeing the results they've been chasing for so long. If you've been stuck in the cardio-only cycle, it's time to switch things up. So the biggest shift that I had to make wasn't just in my workouts or my nutrition, it was in my mindset. Because the problem isn't that you're not doing enough, it's that you're trying to do too much at once. And when it doesn't go perfectly, you feel like you failed. But here's the truth. You don't have to be perfect to make progress. You just need to do enough to keep moving forward. Think about it like this. If you're walking up a hill, you don't have to sprint to get to the top. You just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. It's the same with weight loss. You don't need to cut out all of your favorite foods. You don't need to spend hours in the gym. You just need to take small, consistent steps in the right direction. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at how much progress you make. So if you're feeling stuck, like nothing is working, ask yourself, what's one small thing I can focus on today? Because that's where real change happens. That's how you stop feeling like weight loss is impossible and start actually seeing results. If this was helpful, give it a like, subscribe for more, and drop a comment if you've got any questions. I've got more real talk coming your way, so I'll see you in the next one.